What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm sitting here with my Bull starter jacket on, chilling out, and I wanted to do something different. I like to make lists of things that I enjoy. I really, I'm not a huge movie watcher, but like when I think something is going to be interesting, I watch movies, right? I gotta go see it. I gotta go see it, and I like going to the movie theater to go watch my movies, right? And so I wanted to comprise a list of the best acting performances I've ever seen in my lifetime, right? Of the movies that I've watched. I haven't watched every single movie out there. I probably haven't watched as many movies as a lot of you all have, right? But here's a list of the best performances that I've seen, right? One of my favorite performances of all time that didn't get any Academy Awards from what I know, didn't get any Oscar recognition or anything like that, is Larenz Tate's portrayal of O-Dog in Menace to Society. Why? Because Larenz Tate made people really feel like he was that evil, vindictive, and that ruthless in real life. Like watching that movie, I remember when I first saw the cover for the movie, right? I didn't see Menace till I was about 12 years old, right? On the cover of the movie, Menace, Larenz Tate is smiling, showing all his teeth. So I'm thinking he's the good guy in the movie, and Kane is just the most ruthless, heinous individual probably in the film. And in fact, Kane isn't the good guy. He's the protagonist. He has some good. He has way more morality in him than O-Dog Larenz Tate's character can even in one finger. Like he don't got no redeeming qualities hardly is in him in his movie. He is downright evil. You know what I mean? Sadistic. And when you see him at the beginning of the movie, how he sell that scene, you would think Larenz Tate really like that in real life. Then you see him in different movies like The Inkwell. You saw him in Dead Presidents. You seen him, just even outside of the movies, in interviews, one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. But in that movie, shit, he had me not wanting to bump into him in the street at all. Like seriously. Um, Another one of the best performances I've ever seen, Anthony Hopkins in The Silence of the Lamb. The Silence of the Lambs. Him as Hannibal Lecter, bruh. I'm talking about the voice, little subtleties and how he said things, how he looked, facial expressions. Like, he was downright evil, cunning. It was a brilliant performance. Like, I remember watching that movie. I mean, my mom had it at home, and I was like, what is this? She's like, it's a scary movie. I'm not a big fan of horror, but I remember watching, my mom was watching it, and I just got intrigued and watching. I'm like, this dude really is a great actor, for real. Denzel Washington as Malcolm X. Now, a lot of people feel like this is the movie that Denzel got snubbed. He should have won an Oscar for this, and I firmly agree. His portrayal of Malcolm X, from the cadence, was what he spoke, how he spoke, the inflection in his voice, the speech patterns, mannerisms, everything. It nearly resembled Malcolm X. And you wouldn't look at Denzel Washington just off face value and say, oh, he could play Malcolm X. But the way they had him dressed, the hair, all of that, he sold it to perfection. And he delivered Malcolm X on screen in an era where Malcolm X was looked at as the evil bad guy of the civil rights era, which we know was the furthest thing from the truth, right? But that is what the white school systems taught everybody, that Malcolm X was this evil guy, right? And so Denzel presented him in a way where if you thought he was evil, you were like, oh my God, this dude, Malcolm X, was a stand-up individual. Oh my God, he had a lot of great qualities in him. He was charming. He was, brilliant. He was charismatic. Everything you could think of that a leader needs. But he was a really righteous man for his people. And I think that Denzel helped to illustrate that with his portrayal of Malcolm X in the movie. Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump, bro. And I don't know if Forrest was supposed to be autistic in the film or just developmentally delayed. Whatever, he was just developmentally delayed or whatever. The way he delivered that, bro, like Forrest Gump, man, the southern accent, the way he talked, the subtleties, like when he finds out he has a son, he talking to Jenny at the end of the movie, and he's trying to figure out if he said, is he smarter? Is he? And he makes this little like, is he like me? Does he have problems? Does he have developmental challenges like I do? And he was trying to figure out if is he a normal kid, or will he have the problems that I have? And that part, bro, it really pulled at your heartstrings, bro. You be like, yo, this is high quality acting, and this is how you make an audience feel for a character and love the character. I mean, you loved Forrest before that, but Tom Hanks, man, the way he brought the character to life, man, y'all, brilliant. Another movie that I feel like does not get talked about enough, Forrest Whitaker in The Last King of Scotland. And this is where he plays Idi Amin, right? Y'all go look at that movie. The way Forrest Whitaker brought that character to life, y'all, I didn't know nothing about Idi Amin. I heard the name all the time, but I never knew anything about him. Look up Forrest Whitaker's portrayal of him, and watch The Last King of Scotland. Forrest Whitaker is a brilliant actor in himself, and I think his work on The Godfather of Harlem is not being talked about enough, right? But watch that movie, brilliant. Christoph Waltz and Inglourious Basterds. What? Hans Landa. Bruh, I promise you, I didn't know nothing about Christoph Waltz before watching that movie. And I'm like, yo, this dude, the way he could be evil and what people would say charming in the same breath, and come off as a nice guy, but could be absolutely evil and despicable. You know what I mean? That's an art to make a person come across as charming, but despicable. What's the word? Ingratiating, but at the same time, just evil. Not everybody could do that. And I remember Quentin Tarantino basically saying I think he was basically saying he had to get the perfect portrayal for that character, or he couldn't do the movie. And Christoph Waltz, perfect person to play that. Samuel L. Jackson in Django. This is the epitome. He played the quintessential. He played the epitome of a house N-word, of a Sambo, of a bootlicking black man during slavery, but a bootlicking black man for the benefit of himself and to help keep himself in a hierarchy. The way he was evil, the way he was willing to backstab his own people, to keep his people oppressed, to throw his people under the bus, to be brutalized, victimized in the most heinous ways possible, in order to keep his status in the social hierarchy of the slave plantation. It was downright cold, and it really make you feel like, damn, this dude is evil. But the way he played the character, y'all, bro, if you ain't seen Django, go see it now. Samuel L. Jackson had me hating his ass. I was so glad at the end of the movie, when he gets what's coming to him, bro, for real. Anyway, Jamie Foxx Ray. Jamie, do you feel like you were watching Ray Charles? I'm a person who saw Ray, and I didn't know much about Ray Charles before the movie. Ray came out in 04, 05, something like that, right? At this point, I'm 5th grade when it came out, so I'm not knowing much about Ray Charles. But I remember watching things about Ray, when the movie was coming out and all of that. And the mannerisms, from the way he played the piano, holding his mouth, the way he talked, he sounded like Ray. Oh man, Jamie is a hell of an actor, and this is what put him into the next stratosphere as far as acting goes. I love his acting in Collateral with Tom Cruise, but playing Ray Charles, excellent. Heath Ledger as the Joker. Bro, The Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies all time. Christopher Nolan movie with Christian Bale starring as Bruce Wayne. But Heath Ledger as the Joker in The Dark Knight, bro, evil dude, and just the way he, man, the way you be like, yo, this dude, it was like he was dark evil. Like I'm talking about like vindictive, cunning. Like you like, yo, this motherfucker is crazy. You know, and God rest his soul, Heath Ledger, he passed away after the film. I'm talking about, I don't think many people could do that role like that, man. James McAvoy in Split, playing a person with dead, I forget what is it called, stand for. What does dead stand for? Let me look this up. Dead disorder. What does it mean? Dissociative identity disorder. He had all them different personalities, and he was switching back from being a little kid to an adult, all of that. And the different inflections in the voice, the manner, like, bro, you gotta be on your shit to do that. James McAvoy knocked that out the park. Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, bruh, Leonardo DiCaprio already is that man, that dude. And we've seen what he's done in other movies, from What's Eating Gilbert Grape to Titanic, Django as well, Wolf of Wall Street, bro. This is where you like, yo, this is like, he's in a different sphere. This is when you know, like, it's levels to acting. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street, outstanding. Lupita Nyong'o in Us. Like, how she does her voice like that to portray a woman. She said a certain voice that people use when they've gone through certain trauma. And the way she used her voice to portray that, Red, the woman who was switched from up to the down, from the up world, the upstairs world, to the down, to I guess to the world down below. The way she acted out them voices, crazy. Al Pacino in Scarface. I mean, I don't know Cuban people, but he sold the accent, the persona, the attitude, the demeanor. It was captivating. From his rise to the fall, he was still captivating, and Tony was a bad guy, Tony Montana, but you still even found yourself hoping that he would find himself out of situations even after he killed his best friend, right? And even for dating his sister. And you know he's high off coke and just coked out. Even in his last moments, you're rooting for him when he is enraged, high off coke and enraged about the death of his sister at that point. It's just the way he played it was phenomenal. Will Smith in The Pursuit of Happiness. As a father, seeing a black man love on his child and do anything in the world to make sure his child is taken care of, with a roof over their head and somewhere to sleep, and to do what you got to do to make sure your baby eat. That scene at the end when he gets a job and he's clapping through the streets, bruh, tears coming down my eyes, fam. I don't care what, they mad at you for slapping Chris Rock. I don't care, Will. In that, when you are outstanding actor in The Pursuit of Happiness, you and your son killed it, but you sold it as Chris Gardner. Daniel Kaluuya, it's my last one on the list, in Get Out. Yo, that scene when he's getting hypnotized and the tears coming down his eyes, mouth open, that was exemplary acting. That's when I said, this brother's special. Like, that scene, everybody can't sell that, man. The way, the fear, the trauma, the haunting look on his face when he's having to rehash what happened to his mother in a car crash and her dying, but then recognizing he's getting hypnotized, being placed under a spell where his conscience is going to the back and feel like he's floating away from his body. Jordan Peele is outstanding for his direction, but Daniel Kaluuya sold that scene. These are my top performances in movies I've seen. Peace.